AI is evolving constantly, and honestly, it's getting so strong, I'm not even sure if Premiere can handle it anymore. Anyway, that's why today we're testing out 5 AI tools in Premiere and see how they've evolved since their release. Number 1. Generative Extend. Now, when this one got released, there were some issues. It was slow, and it looked like the AI generated part had an exposure issue. Of course, we're gonna test the updated version on 5 different shots. One of them is a vlog style video. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting. The first clip is a simple video of me. So to use Generative Extend, go to the toolbar and you'll find it back at the bottom. Then drag it out and wait until it's done. This took Premiere about 6 minutes. That's a while, but let's hope it's good. What's happening to my hand? It actually looks like a freeze frame. Also, it looks like the exposure and sharpness don't really match with the original clip. If you zoom in, you can clearly see the typical AI water painting texture. Alright, the first one is a fail. Let's try it on the second one, a landscape. There you go, that's a lot better. Again, we had to wait about 5 minutes and it does have the same sharpness issue, but you probably won't even notice that anyway. Clip number 2 is a pass. The third clip is interesting. It's a video of a runner. Let's extend it and play it back. Okay, that actually looks really good. Wow. The only thing I notice is at the transition from the original to the AI generated video, it looks like there's a frozen frame or two. Maybe we can simply cut them out and let's see what we've got. Alright, that one's usable. Definitely a pass. Number 4 is a drifting car. If we extend it, this is what we've got. Alright, so it's doing something weird with the car. You'll probably notice that, but on the other hand, it might be usable. Nah. Fail. Number 5 is very interesting. A vlog. Actually, I wonder if that clock keeps ticking. Let's extend it, and that actually looks way better than I thought. The clock froze though, but hey. Alright, it's time for AI tool number 2. Instead of using the text panel to transcribe my videos, I create animated captions using Submagic. I just upload them, and a few seconds later, you can choose an animated caption. I gotta say, they look very good from scratch, so if you're happy with the result, you can go ahead and export it and call it a day. But now the thing is, with Submagic, you have complete creative control, just like in Premiere. If you click Customize, that's where you can get creative. You can change the font and everything that has anything to do with it. You can adjust the position, the scale, the colors, everything is adjustable. And if you scroll down, you'll have the option to disable the animation, but at the bottom, that is where the magic happens. In here, you can pick one of these pre-built animations. Imagine you have to create those in Premiere. I already told you guys, but I think it's insane that people still do that. You can also add a word animation, or perhaps add animation variants. You can have 5 different animations varying from caption to caption. Now, of course, you can still go ahead and adjust the captions, but honestly, I don't even check for spelling mistakes because I probably make more mistakes than Submagic does. Anyway, when you're done, you can export your video in 4K, and in the meantime, you can generate a description, maybe some hashtags. I think in total, you're probably spending about 10 minutes per video. If you want, you can check out Submagic by clicking the link down below. Thank you Submagic so much for sponsoring this video. AI tool number 3, the search panel. In here, you can find anything in your project by describing the asset you're looking for. It then uses AI to locate it. Let's type in car. Alright, that worked. Right here, I'll see my car clips, both in the project panel, but also the sequences in which I used this clip. Now let's type in something else. Maybe grass. Alright. No luck. Maybe green will work. That's weird. I guess it's easier for Premiere to find colors, but okay. Next we're gonna try run. And there he is. I can even find the AI extended version we created earlier. I think that's awesome. But now I wonder if it can find my vlog. Let's type in timer. Nothing. Maybe just time. And there it is. It also finds audio clips, by the way. This is an amazing tool, and it definitely got better since the release, which is why this is the first time I'm mentioning this panel. Time for AI tool number 4, the ancient scene edit detection feature. Now, when this was new, it made a lot of unnecessary cuts, which was very annoying. This right here is a short compilation of Lambos. Let's detect some cuts. Right-click your clip and find scene edit detection. Make sure apply a cut at each detected cut point is checked and click analyze. This takes a minute, but when it's done, Premiere has added a cut every time your scene changes to another shot. And Premiere did it perfectly. Now, I use this feature filter for something else. Right here you can see one of my screen recordings for my lessons here on YouTube. And as you can see, I always leave a black gap in between my screen recordings. That makes it easier to separate parts of the video. So right click your clip, follow the same steps again and click on Analyze. When it's done, I'll cut away all the black parts and now I completely cut everything away in just a few clicks. Now I can start syncing my video. Awesome, right? Okay, AI tool number 5. Color matching clips. Honestly, this never really worked very well. I wonder if it's better now. So here I have 2 clips of a grass field. I want the first one to look more like the second one, a bit more warmth. First, let's enable comparison view so we can see 2 videos. In the reference viewer, find the clip that you want to match with. The timeline doesn't work, by the way, it's a glitch, but you can click and drag the time right here. Okay, now in the timeline, make sure you've set the playhead to the clip that you want to match. Make sure the clip is selected and go to the Telemetry color panel. In the color wheels and match tab, click on apply match. It did something, but it doesn't look good at all. But of course, I'll show you how to match your clips anyway. First, you want to go to the curves tab, and here go to the hue versus hue curve. And in that curve, you can create a selection like this. We need to select the greens, of course, and then you can adjust the colors until they match with the other clip. It's that simple. Look at the difference, guys. How awesome. Anyway, speaking of color grading, I just made a tutorial on how I color graded my studio right here. So if you want to check out that video, right here on your left. Thank you guys so much for watching.